Basketball season is coming up. We have Tamara Edwards with the Saskatchewan Rattlers Basketball Club. Thank you for coming down. We're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming season.
For sure. Thanks for having me, Randy.
I want to talk about, firstly, the upcoming dates that you have that the season will launch. When is that and what's going to happen?
For sure. So we play 10 home games throughout the summer here in Saskatoon at the SaskTel Centre. Our home opener is May 31st. So coming up at the end of May there. And we play, 10 home games throughout the summertime, finishing around end of July.
What does it look like in terms of the competitive teams that are there in the league? Who is coming, and are there any names we can talk about?
Yeah, so we're a full men's professional basketball team. We are a feeder league for the NBA, so players come and play with us throughout the summertime to try and get the best contracts after that. We have 70% of our roster is Canadian born as well. So that's just to showcase Canadian talent. Our head coach, Dean Demopoulos, is a former NBA coach. He's back for his second season this coming summer. And we have about 4 returners signed as well throughout the season. So some key names that we had last year: Malik Ben-Levy, we have DeAndre Bernard, Mike Nuga, just some key players for us from our roster last year. It's nice to have them back this coming season. And then we keep signing players to build a roster of around 14 guys for the summertime.
Who are some of the teams that are coming here, and where do our players go?
So there's 10 teams across the CEBL that span across Canada. So in the West Division, we have Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, us here in Saskatchewan, and then Winnipeg. So there'll be lots of rivalries throughout the West. And then in Ontario, there is Ottawa, Brampton, Scarborough, Niagara, and then Montreal. So this year we're doing a true East and West Division. We'll play everyone once, but then we'll play the West teams more.
I found that Saskatoon in particular, anyway, I know that the basketball franchise, the fan base, is very deep with their knowledge and engagement in basketball here at this level. What are you seeing with the ticket sales, and are there different types of packages available?
Yeah, basketball has grown exponentially within Canada, and especially in Saskatchewan, just because of the accessibility of the sport. It's one of the #1 highest played sport for youth, and is very popular within the millennial Gen Z age. So we've seen the growth within the players of basketball, but then also within our fan base. We love our season ticket holders, and we've seen that grown exponentially over the years. And as well as our attendance, obviously the more fans in the building, the better atmosphere there is. So that's what our goal is at the Rattlers, is to have as many people out to our games to build that atmosphere in the SaskTel Centre to really create that unforgettable experience watching professional basketball in Saskatchewan.
I know some of the pictures, you can definitely sense the atmosphere that you sent us. If people are attending these games, is there a way that we can follow some of these players as they progress through to the NBA, or do we have any sense of the timing of when they get passed up into that league?
Yeah, you can follow us on social media. That's where we post most updates about our players after the season. And then as well, during the season, we just recently signed a broadcast deal with TSN. So we will be nationally broadcasted one of our home games, 2 of our away games on national TSN broadcast, and then also on TSN Plus throughout the entire season. So that was a big announcement throughout the league to be able to be on a sports dedicated broadcast network. And that's just going to be super great for us locally and then nationally for the league as well. But yeah, on the Rattlers social media, on Instagram and Facebook is where you can keep up with our players and how they're doing in the off season, what types of signings that we've been getting for this current season as well.
What happens with some of the players? Is there an age cap, or does it start at some place that, if we look at university basketball, is there some network that we kind of cross-promote?
Yeah, so we have a U Sports draft every year, which means we draft 2 players who are on current university rosters. We just had it this past in April. and we drafted Anthony Tikakili from Brandon, Manitoba University. And then we also drafted Isaac Simon out of the University of Alberta, who's a Regina native. So we always have that developmental players from the U Sport age to be able to give them experience to be able to become pro and get to the next level. But in terms of our regular roster, they usually range from 24 to 35 is mostly where our players fall in age range. And a lot of our players have played D1 in the States, and now they're playing professional with us. So they come from all over, but we do have a dedicated U Sport draft to build that Canadian talent straight from Canadian universities here.
What happens if you say professional ball? So are these the men playing in this league? Do they have full-time jobs that they go back to, or do they take time off and work, or how do they manage their schedule for training and all of that?
Most of them play professional year round. So the way that we're structured is we play during the summertime, which is technically the off season for basketball. So most of our players' main contracts are from September to April. That's where they play over in Europe, overseas, or in the NBA G League, which is the NBA farm teams. Those leagues play during the winter time, and then they come play with us during the summertime to still continue playing and obviously make money during that summer period instead of just being off. So the majority of our players do play year round, and this is their full-time profession.
I'm trying to get my head around the fact of trying to promote this across Saskatchewan. Do you find a fan base kind of getting some roots in different parts of the province? Are there hotbeds for basketball in other centers and cities?
Yeah, obviously we play here in Saskatoon, but like I said, we're a province team. We're the Saskatchewan Rattlers, so we try and do community events in other cities. We've done a couple in Martinsville. We've worked our way up to PA. We do some camps down in Regina. Regina has a really big basketball community there, and so we have a couple season ticket holders that travel up. So we're definitely slowly increasing our expand across Saskatchewan. And so that's one of the goals as the organization is to continue to grow our reach outside of Saskatoon, but we still have a really great fan base in Saskatoon that we want to grow here.
If you have a number of packages, I guess, of 10 games, if I can make some of those, but I get called away with work or something like that, are there going to be any types of promotions to use these tickets or give them away to somebody else? Or how do you work that?
Yeah, obviously we have our traditional season tickets, which are your 10 home games, but then we have a couple flexible packages. So we have half seasons, which are just 5 games, or we have 3-game bundles as well. So you can pick 3 games throughout the season and have that 3-game bundle pack. So those are flexible options in terms of ticket packages, but you can also just buy regular single game tickets on Ticketmaster as well.
Are you seeing families come out to that, or is it kind of a bunch of guys get together that are basketball nuts and they buy tickets as a group, or what are you getting from the demographics attending?
Our age demographic ranges from as young as children, and usually most of our ticket holders are kind of that 18 to 35 age range because basketball is super popular within millennials and Gen Zs, but we are a very family-friendly environment. So we see a lot of families come out with their young children, or if it's grandparents taking their grandkids. We have a couple different activations. We have a kids zone within our stadium that kids can go shoot some hoops, get face paint, and just have that immersive experience. So as much as we're a family environment, we're also great for young couples, date night, or groups of teenagers that want to come out to games, or if you have a youth basketball team, you want to do a little wind-up gathering. We kind of have lots of different options, and we're a very immersive environment for no matter your age demographic or your skin color or your ethnicity. Basketball is very inclusive in all of that.
How do you work with, I guess, different groups? There could be some way to share that, because I've seen the players out in the community. Do you do any types of outreach? You mentioned Regina doing workshops and things like that. Do you take the players and kind of expose them to other centers? And I guess what's the feedback that you get from people that are attending? Because it must be very intriguing.
Yeah, the one thing that we have valuable is our players live here in Saskatoon during the summer. So we get to use them in different community events within Saskatoon, and we try and do a couple outside the city as well, whether we're at the food bank or we're hosting our own youth camps throughout the season, bringing in kids and we do different visits to different community centers around the city to be able to have our fans meet our players, get to know them a little bit on a personal level, but then also get our players exposed to Saskatoon, because most of them come in from out of town. And so they're just like me and you. They're walking down the street, they're going to the grocery store, and you can go say hi to them during the summer, go up to them. They're really friendly, and they love to hear that. And so it's nice for them to be here in Saskatoon and be able to get immersed within Saskatchewan culture.
I find that interesting that they are so accessible and stars among us. What do you hear from some of the players when they do move here? Do they have anything to say about our city and the culture of sports here?
They love how dedicated our fan base is. So people in Saskatchewan love sport, and they're kind of diehards for sport, and that's what we see across our fan base and our feedback from our players. And they also just love the beauty of the city. They love the weather, they love the pace of the city. They can go out, walk around during the day by the river, go to different shops. We have lots of food festivals or different music festivals that happen downtown Saskatoon in and throughout the summertime, and so they get to experience all that. And so we've gotten really great feedback from our players in terms of their experience here in Saskatoon off the basketball court.
I think it's exciting just hearing you talk about that, but it's another feeling that you get to experience it. I guess outfits that you have, are they available for sale at any point in time? Are they online, or how would people go and buy some of the Rattlers merch?
Yeah, you can buy our merchandise online, and you can do curbside pickup at our office, but then we also have all of our merchandise available at our home games throughout the summertime at our merch booth, or you can stop in at our downtown office on 2nd Avenue. We have our merch display store there. You can talk to the front office, get some tickets all together.
If people did want to get a better sense of some ticket prices and get that opening season game kind of sewn up, would they call you or would they go online? What's the best way to reach the club?
Yeah, you can go online to our website, therattlers.ca. Our single game ticket prices start at around $30, so fairly accessible to any type of demographic. And if you want to call us, you can call us. Our ticketing personnel will be happy to answer any questions for any flexible packages that we offer. Even if you have a company, you want to do a group night out, get your employees or your staff out, we have lots of options and discounts that we can give for those. So give us a call at the office or visit our website at therattlers.ca.
Tamara, thank you so much for the work that you're doing with the club. Best of luck in the future. We'll see you there.
Thanks so much.